Hello Lorrainians! This is Lori once again and welcome back to my channel. In today's grammar episode, you will be learning prefer, would prefer, and would rather. If you're interested in learning these topics, stay tuned. Now I'm back and let's begin with prefer. You can say prefer to do something or prefer ing to say what you prefer in general. So take note, this is in general. For example, I don't like cities. I prefer to live in the country, or I prefer living in the country. So in this sentence, this is my preference. Prefer has three structures. The first structure of prefer is prefer something to something else. For example, I prefer Coca-Cola to Pepsi. The second structure is prefer doing something to doing something else. So for example, I prefer sleeping on my day off to going anywhere. And the third structure is a little bit different because you say, I prefer to do something rather than do something else. For example, I prefer to go swimming rather than go mountain climbing. So if you have a question, or if you have any other question about the three structures, they are not different at all. They are just the same. The only difference is the structure. Now this time, let's have would prefer. We use would prefer to say what somebody wants in a specific situation. So take note, would prefer is a specific situation. Unlike prefer a while ago, that's in general. Would prefer is specific. So for example, situation. You are in my house now and I'm gonna offer you some drinks. And the only drinks available I have is only tea or coffee. So therefore, I would ask you, would you prefer tea or coffee? So take note of the structure. We use would prefer to do something, not doing. Again, would prefer to do something, not doing. Okay, for example, should we take the train? Your answer should be no, I'd prefer to drive. Or I'd prefer to drive rather than take the train. Now let's have would rather. So take note that would rather and would prefer are just the same. The only difference is that the grammar structures. So in would rather, we use would rather plus base form of the verb. Whereas would prefer to plus base form of the verb. So now let's try to compare the examples. So I will just use the same examples as what I've used in would prefer. So a while ago I said, would you prefer tea or coffee? Therefore, I can also say, would you rather have tea or coffee? Should we take the train? No, I'd prefer to drive rather than take the train. Or no, I'd rather drive than take the train. So have you noticed the difference? So to recap, we use prefer prefer to do something or prefer ing to talk about things in general, whereas we use would prefer or would rather to say what somebody wants in a specific situation. So, I hope you've learned something in this grammar episode, and see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.